What we've done here is just a bit of a comparison with other inverters that it's going to be up against. So where we're positioning this in the market is probably somewhere between Goodwe and SunGrow. So it's the pricing is probably going to sit somewhere in between, but the quality and the features I think do stand out in comparison to the two. So I'll just go through some of those comparisons for you. So obviously the display is always one of the first things to fail on an inverter when it's LCD or LED. So they're not resistant to heat or direct sunlight. So Sunways has an OLED display, which, you know, it's obviously got a much higher resolution, better resistant to heat up to 85 degrees, and it's got a lifespan up to 25,000 hours. The shell, as I said, is a single-piece aluminium extrusion with an integrated heatsink. So some of the other inverters out there have plastic casing or steel metal sheet, which doesn't dissipate the heat as well. So the performance can obviously be affected. And then if we look at the side or the case in the way that the shell's brought together, so because it's a single-piece aluminium extrusion, it's better thermal conductivity and better sealing performance than some of the other inverters. So if we have a look at some of the product components, we can see the Sunways is using two sets of 315 volt Rubicon capacitors, you know, in comparison to some of the others that are only using one set of higher voltage, but leads to not quite the same performance. And we'll go through some of the testing graphs which can kind of demonstrate the differences between the two. This is more of a visual, so you can see what's inside the inverter and how it compares to the others. So the AC output filter capacitor on the Sunways is a Panasonic 380 volts dual 85 capacitor. So that gives it greater durability in higher temperatures, so it's better suited to handling extreme voltage fluctuations. It uses the Infineon, the latest version of the IGBT from Infineon, which essentially has a higher conversion efficiency of boost, which is about 0.6 higher than others on the market in some of the other inverters that it's kind of marketed or positioned against. And this is a cutaway of the Sunways inverter, so you can see how it's designed and basically why it performs better, why the internal temperatures are lower. So you can see on the right the heat generating components are placed at the top of the inverter. They're shielded from the rest of the circuit board. You've also got two relay sets in comparison to another popular brand that it kind of sits against in the market. And just visually, you can see the difference in regards to the design and the layout. So it's a really high quality product. That's you know, you will really see that once you have a look at it.